They can't hear.
There we go. Now they can hear us, Joe. So we got the intro, and then they can hear us.
Oh my Lord!
And then we can do a show that they can see, but also hear.
Oh, is that how they work?
We got some characters going. No. See, this is not the super producer Joel Holt.
You're not yourself.
This is Miami Joe.
Yeah,
that's Miami.
This is a different demon.
This Miami Joe.
This is one
here
step
comes
away
with the
from
glass.
Holt's effort.
Uh-oh.
You know what I mean? This is
Hey!
this is Miami Joel out here, y'all. Y'all already know what it is. Hey,
How's it go, baby?
hey,
How you doing?
hey, big packs,
Hey.
big packs. Everybody's baby. Hey,
Who loves you, baby?
Hey, Dollface, what's going on with you, baby?
Listen, I'm gonna start you off with one.
Go ahead, give me that money.
Hey, Breeze Nation,
What's
what's
up,
good, man? This your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. As you can see, we got the squad in the building.
Yeah.
As always, super producer Joel Holt, Mr. Media himself, Jordan JC, who's going sailing later apparently. Got a little, you going beanie and anchor.
He got the anchor.
That's
Look
right.
like he's selling moon.
He's
Trying a
a
little
Let's
something
see, he's
different.
selling bean pies over
yeah.
there.
He makes he's a heck of a first mate. You know what I mean?
That's right.
The man formerly known as Ringo J. Stefan the Diner. Of course, Mr. Drew Better. You knew better. You do better. Say who better? Nobody, bro. I am Pat the Designer. Back at it again. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love to another edition of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. On today's episode, we got a lot to get into. Coaching staff is fully hired. What will they bring to the table? We're going to keep that conversation going because a lot of good names on this staff. Also, take a look at the mock draft 1.0. Mel Kiper has a take, PFF has a take, and dare I say, both of them are taking the same thing.
I like it.
I like them take.
Whoa.
Hey,
And there it is.
God dang it.
Show just started. And, of course, we got to react to championship weekend. All that and more in today's episode of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. Hit that like button. Ringo said, give me my flag.
I give you your flag. Yeah.
Hit that like
man,
button.
we throwing
Subscribe to the
flags.
page.
Jesus
Leave that
Christ.
5-star review. Y'all know what to do outside of that wildness to start the show. How you boys doing? Everybody good? That was insane.
I was meat
Feeling
taking
pretty
over
meaty
there.
today. That's
Yeah,
right.
I
I'm
see.
good.
Happy Monday.
I'm
You got
good.
pants on under this desk?
Hey,
Would you like to know?
Ringo, you scared?
Guys.
y'all always place me next to him.
Avenge me!
Hey, man, we got a lot to get into, like I said, on this
Dangerous
show
working
because
man.
the entire coaching staff is in place, and there's a lot that can come from this Chicago Bears staff. There's this team that they have put together, dare I say, is a top 3 coaching staff
Wait.
in the last 40 years
Boy, golly.
that the Chicago Bears have had. I
Turn down the board.
am excited by what we're seeing, and maybe I'm going a little bit too far. I don't know what's up with you, dog. Every time a show starts, soundboard dies.
freaking
That's
work.
That don't matter.
Oh, no, it just worked.
Oh boy.
All right, keep
Let's see. No. All right, don't worry about it. This is one of the best coaching staff that the Chicago Bears have assembled. Now, on paper.
On paper,
On
season.
paper.
Where it
On
starts.
paper.
No,
where it
Pat.
starts.
The Super Bowl is going through Soldier Field.
Whoa.
You calm down.
Oh, sorry.
You put your
Whoa. Let's calm
you
down.
put your Ben Johnson away.
Oh boy, jeez.
You take your Ben Johnson
That's
off the table.
Yeah.
But no, man, listen, I think there's a lot to be excited about from this team. There's a lot that I'm excited about from this team. I think there's a lot of good happening here. The real question is, what kind of transformation will we see from Ben Johnson and his coaching staff heading into next season? I think that this is a great start for you to be at. But what do we really expect to see from these 3 gentlemen right here, Ben Johnson, Dennis Allen, and Declan Doyle?
That's a strong name. I actually meant to tell you that earlier. That is a very strong name.
I don't know if that's a strong name.
That's a law firm.
Declan
Welcome to
Doyle?
Declan Doyle. Yeah, Declan and Doyle. Come on now.
Doyle.
like
I
a
don't know how
Declan
strong
Doyle.
I feel on that name.
Doyle's one thing.
He has,
Declan.
you know how elite he has to be at his job for him to get a job at the next level?
My name's Declan.
Like to get that next step? Like there's no way you pulling up with
I'm
like
just-
I'm Declan Doyle and I want to be the head coach of your football team. You go
I
back.
thought it was a
You
strong
go
name.
back home.
Maybe. I don't know. Whatever.
I think we have is it reminds me of semblance of, dare I say, like the Aggie with Fangio. Supposedly a strong offensive
Hopefully
line, but
better
we
than
had a
that.
strong defense. Now Fangio's a holdover from box, but we're bringing in a guy that has a look at what Allen has done. I think he was there before with Peyton. When they they were ranked last, and it went from top 10 in points. 17, they were number 10. 2018, 14th and 13th. They made a big jump. 5th, 4th, 9th. So like they've been in 8th. So like they've been top 10 for the last few years. So it's like I'm very encouraged that we have a decent. I mean, the thing is, we're not worried about the defense.
Never
really
have been.
We
No,
never really
not
been worried
really.
about
That's not
defense.
been our calling card.
So now it's like, okay, the biggest thing is Johnson bringing coaching staff. For me, what I like is that bringing in 2 former assistant head coaches, also a former head coach in Allen. So there's a lot of guys that have some experience that can help that. Because to me, that was my knock. In a rookie head coach, I would prefer that he brought in some. So to see what they're doing, I mean, the fact with the other guys, Randall L. and
Al Harris.
Al Harris, I like all that type of stuff.
Yeah,
now,
JT Barrett a solid bring in too.
Yeah, so now
Ohio
even with
State.
Declan Doyle, like
Feels like he wasn't playing that long ago.
Bro, crazy, right?
JT Barrett.
Yo,
JT
no,
Barrett
he was just playing.
That name a long time ago.
Yeah, no,
At Ohio
because
State, too.
that
He
was
was Ohio
with.
State.
That's right before Justin, right?
Yes.
No,
No.
Yeah, because that was when they
no.
had the 3. No, because it was
12 gauge was there.
Oh yeah, no, because
yeah.
it was
Deshaun Kaiser.
Yeah.
So he's
No.
before
Oh,
Kaiser.
not
no,
Kaiser.
Dwayne
It's
Haskins.
another dude.
Dwayne
Dwayne
Haskins.
Haskins.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Dwayne
yeah.
Haskins. No, but it just I like how they're putting this staff together. Personally, I think that a young mind staff, and I'll go as far to say this, and I've said this. This reminds me of Mike Holmgren. When you looked at Mike Holmgren's staff, you wouldn't have thought that John Gruden. You wouldn't have thought that Andy Reid would have been. Because you look at Holmgren, Dennis Green. You look at Holmgren as the play caller. You look at Holmgren as the guy who's putting all the plays together. Realistically speaking, while yes, he is putting some of that out there, Andy Reid's behind him, drawing up plays that are getting into the game plan. You've got John Gruden behind him, putting in plays that are getting into the game plan. All these names, right? Like that is what it feels like the Chicago Bears. That does excite me. Now it has to play out that way. You can have all the excitement in the world, but when I heard a Declan Doyle name kind of come through. That was the thing I thought, oh, this guy must be putting in plays that Sean Payton is using, and that's why
Doyle?
Sean Payton keeps bringing him around. Yeah.
Doyle?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the first name that's strong. Declan.
What's wrong with the audio? Test.
Good there.
Yo.
What street?
Pat and Joel's mic.
That.
Oh, that wouldn't matter in there. And that would be, we going from OB.
Right. So, check one.
Is it everybody's mic?
I don't know. Maybe we need to be boosted a little bit. I don't know. But I think let us know if it messes up. But to me, I do think that the one thing for me is that this team has an opportunity to get things fixed quickly. Now it's about getting the talent in the building.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Right.
I think that just looking at this coaching staff in total, this coaching staff to me brings accountability, trust. They know what the work looks like. You talk about Randall Will. You talk about Dennis Allen. Joel just pointed out the numbers. Even Doyle, like Ben Johnson has said, yo, we need fresh minds in the building, people that's willing to work hard and a lot of long nights. So he's gonna be working side by side with him. I feel like if they show that they're continuing to put in the work, the players are gonna buy the players are gonna buy in off of that. I think that was kind of the knock on the previous coaching staff, where it was like, okay, well, we're implementing all this stuff in training camp and it looks nice, but you're not holding us accountable when it comes to the regular season. Now I'm looking at you weird. So it's like they all know what that looks like, and I'm really interested to see how Ben Johnson, kind of delegates those roles like he said. But no, I'm definitely all for this coaching staff, because if he feels like the Bears are a sleeping giant, like he says, maybe they can, dare I say, get up to maybe a 9-10 win team.
I got a long way to go before I start talking about 9-10 wins. But JC, what's your thoughts?
Hey, they were in a lot of games this past season. I mean, that might be a reality. But I mean, like you mentioned, it starts on paper, right? It looks good on paper. You got the super staff that you wanted outside of a few names. You thought that maybe – I'm going to be honest with you. I would have liked the Bobby Slowick if we were talking about maybe bringing somebody in with a little bit more OC experience or just experience, period. But I do like the Declan Doyle approach because that might be a guy that is kind of like an understudy of Ben Johnson. Maybe Ben Johnson sees something in him as being like a bright mind, which is what a lot of people are saying around the league is that – he's one of the brightest minds and up-and-coming minds. So even though he's 28, this is a guy that actually has been under some really good tutelage. Obviously, Sean Payton. A lot of these guys have come from the Sean Payton tree, which is what I like. That's why I'm not scared about that hire particularly. But overall, like you mentioned, I already said, the words that we brought out, experience, trust, mainly winning also. Some of these guys, even as players, have won Super Bowls. You know, Antoine Randall, as a receiver, won the Super Bowl with the Steelers. Al Harris has been with the Packers. He was a demon DB. Gave us headaches a lot when he was in his prime. There's a lot that you love about this staff because overall it's completely different from what the Bears have ever done in the past. And like you mentioned, it's probably one of the tops, not only in the division, I think it's one of the tops in the league, but we have to see it actually come to fruition on the field.
Yeah, no, for sure. The big thing now is just starting to get some of those players in, starting to see, how are they going to be able to develop some of this team? How are you going to go about, putting these guys in position? But like I said this morning, you got the skins on the wall. You've got those guys who are the top name guys. You've got those guys who have brought in some of these great players that we have around the NFL and developed them. I look at Shea brought this up today, right? You look at Amon-Ra St. Brown, and yeah, he's a fifth rounder, but the talent maybe was always there. But you got the most out of it talking about an Antoine Randall. But even a guy like a Tim Patrick.
Ooh.
Tim Patrick nobody wanted Tim Patrick.
Yeah.
Everyone wanted like nothing to do with him. They were like, we're good. We're very good.
Yeah.
You brought Tim Patrick into Detroit. He's an integral part of what they do every single week in and week out. Like that is to me, finding guys like that, seeing a skill set and saying, I can develop that guy, having that in the building will be good for the Chicago Bears. I think that's the part that does excite me most about this team, and hopefully the part that ends up playing the most. Drew, what's your thoughts on this coaching staff coming together?
Actually, I think I would agree with most of the people on the panel that they have experience, which every rookie head coach needs is experience. So if you got experience, then that allows you to an easier transition into the potential of the 10-win season coming up, because they don't have to start from scratch, as they say, taken down to the studs. They start with a little bit of experience to help them through some of the grinds of the offseason, so they can get the ball rolling and start good, game one.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm there on 10 wins just yet.
You know what? Somebody.
Hey, look, if we get the 7, I'm in a better spot.
I like C. Ruby's comment. He says, Amon-Ra was a 4th-round pick, but point still stands. That's our biggest thing here. We're not developing players. If you have good coaches with a good coaching staff, are we able to find those 3rd, 4th round, 5th round type guys that can actually get coached up to be better players? We're not doing that. When's the last time we've had multiple Pro Bowlers? I mean, not just 2, like 5 or 10. Like, we hadn't had that for years. So finding
18 early 18.
It's been a while.
2018, Khalil Mack was a Pro Bowler.
But we didn't develop him.
Well, I mean, you talking about multiple Pro Bowlers.
No,
I just said multiple Pro Bowlers.
I'm saying developing guys that came like 4th, 3rd rounders. Like Olin Kreutz is a prime example of a 3rd or 4th round pick center, and he basically parlayed that into pretty much a Hall of Fame career.
Well, that actually is what you're getting in a couple of these guys that you picked up. Dennis Allen, because I mentioned there was a list that was shown where Dennis Allen was a part of drafting some of these names, including Khalil Mack, Von Miller, Shelby Harris, Marcus Davenport, Trey Hendrickson, Brian Brzee, and a couple other names. But, I mean, you look at some of those names, 2 of those names are Hall of Famers or will be. Like that's really, really good.
He doesn't really count as much. He was a top 3 or 5 pick or something.
Who's that?
I'm saying the
you
value.
still got
You
to
still
pick.
got to
You still
develop
gotta
them.
pick
You
right.
still got to
I
pick them.
under-
You
I
still got to
understand
develop
that.
them.
I
Yes, guys
understand
are
that.
good.
They're supposed to be good. I'm
You
talking
need-
about the third, fourth.
I mean,
fifth
Chase Young
round.
was
Well,
was the
listen,
second pick
that's
in the
what I'm saying.
draft, and like he still hasn't panned out.
But with
Yeah,
them,
but that's him.
but then with that mindset, we would say Ben Johnson didn't develop Caleb Williams. He was supposed to do that.
No, I'm not trying to make an argument for that. I'm saying that those guys, we want them to hit. They were coming out of college. They're supposed to be good. Caleb's supposed to be good.
Yeah.
We just want
First
to be
rounders
better.
usually, yeah.
My point is that when you get the diamond in the roughs, is all I'm saying. Imagine, let's just say that Bayless was still here with this coaching staff. Does Ben Johnson make
Okay.
him a better
Yeah, I don't think so.
receiver? I don't know. I'm just
But
saying,
I
but it
mean-
helps.
What if they bring Valens back?
I got the tapes. I have the tapes. Nah, but it goes to Pat's point though. I mean, it's basically like if we go by that logic, you basically saying Ben Johnson was basically supposed to do what he
Ben
was
Johnson
already
just showed up.
doing. Yeah,
and
yeah.
it was supposed to happen.
Ben Johnson just
Yeah,
showed up.
yeah.
I think that there is a thing where you do have to go out and Caleb was the number one pick. He still got things he got to work on. You gotta develop that. It was the same thing like Baker Mayfield, who was Jared Goff.
Jared Goff.
To a certain extent.
Yeah.
Like
You took Jared Goff
But-
from
yeah.
a dude, an MVP candidate.
And then
He
it's like, oh,
he
man.
helped unlock his potential.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Just the
supposed
guy
to
to eight.
yeah, but that took work. He looked at it and was like, oh well, Jared Goff works better with a great run game and play action.
Yeah.
Oh, we need to keep doing that. Like, it takes work, but Ben Johnson's done that.
I think all three of them are good talent evaluators.
Yes.
That's
That makes me
what-
feel
Oh yeah,
good.
that's what-
absolutely.
that makes you tingly.
Yes,
That gets me tingly.
That
I'm
is
hot.
tingly. The
now that's the
evaluation.
point. You don't want to miss on your number
That's when
one
you
picks.
pre-salt the steak. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? Little
Falls
marinade. That's
off
got me
the bone.
marinated.
Oh
But
boy.
the point is, even with that, you pick the number one guy, like the top. Your first round picks need to start off, and they need to play immediately.
Yeah,
So if you can
should.
pick the right guy, versus us back in the day, Kevin White bust. I mean,
boy.
couldn't do nothing. How many guys have we had? that
West
just busted out?
Virginia.
He kept getting hurt. Yeah.
We
yeah.
drafted a hurt offensive lineman in the past.
I think that was like the first draft that I actually covered. I just remember being like, this dude runs straight a lot.
You didn't like the pick. He had
He
no
run-
tree.
I was like, he runs straight a lot.
He had no,
like,
he had no branches on
his
his tree. It
whole
was just his
game is
tree.
just
I wanted
straight.
I wanted Todd Gurley that year.
Just straight.
And I don't know if
He
passed.
went before
I
us.
think
He
did
went
he?
before we
Yeah,
could
oh,
get
yeah.
him.
And
He
in the other
definitely-
draft,
Gurley
we
went
messed
That's
high.
when
up
running
on
backs
Aaron-
were more valued.
I don't know
Pat.
about that.
And then we
Yeah.
messed up on Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald was the Kyle
Aaron Donald
Fuller.
was supposed to.
Aaron Donald was right before us.
right
One
before
I
pick,
still
Fuller.
remember
one
that.
pick before.
Because that's who I wanted.
Could you
It was
imagine
right
being a guy-
before
yeah.
us? Yeah. No, that was an
Oh
epic draft.
God, that would have made me.
Another thing I'll mention too. I love the Al Harris pickup because again I mentioned this too, and I've been out on this guy, but since we still got him here, Tariq Stevenson obviously has talent,
Come on,
but
he's
it
a
looks
dog.
like Al Harris could develop him. And we mentioned that there was a video that came out that showed that Al Harris already on the job has sent this guy to some sort of training regimen
Yeah.
where he's trying to make him a ball hawk and get more interceptions because he's developed the likes of a Deron Bland and Diggs over in
Still
Dallas.
getting cooked,
yeah,
but
yeah.
he
He
developed
already has that track record as well.
You know what's crazy? He does remind me of a Diggs. Like if
Yeah.
you were going to
Tariq?
develop him
Yeah.
into something,
Yeah.
because Trayvon Diggs get cooked all the time.
Yeah, no, he be getting cooked.
That's true.
I think
Like
that-
every year, like you see him just be like, stay in front
Yeah,
of that man.
but then he gets tons of interceptions.
He gets a lot of
Yeah,
interceptions.
yeah,
like he
yeah,
get cooked
yeah,
a lot.
yeah, a lot of picks.
But he will take that football away. So if you're going to
Yeah.
get cooked, you might as well get picks.
Yeah.
Well, the
I'll
interesting
take
thing is,
7.
what is the scheme going to be? Is it a traditional 4-3
Yeah.
with Dennis Allen? Are they
Probably
talking-
you probably
I don't
have
think so. I
the
don't think
thing
so.
you probably have a 43 nickel or 42 nickel, but I think the thing that because the players you've drafted speak
So they
more to
already
a
fit.
42 nickel.
So
Yeah.
it's him
yeah,
acclimating
that's
to
why
what's already
that's
there.
why Kyler Gordon's on the field. You had the extra nickel DB.
Yeah, I
in
got
there.
you.
But
If they keep that though.
But I think you keep that because that allows you to do more combination fronts. You can go with a kind of a 3-4 set at times if you want to, versus going 4-3 continuously. You can have a ton of disguise coverages in a 42 nickel. It allows for that nickel blitz to live, and I think that with how Dennis Allen is, he's going to be a very aggressive type of a defensive coordinator. He's going to really try to get after you. I think that just makes sense.
So that means
I remember a lot of cornerback blitzes from him.
Yeah. So like
well, he did
it's,
well with Honey Badger, right? Honey Badger was out there.
Tyrann Mathieu.
Tyrann.
Yeah, before he went to Kansas City, if I'm correct.
Tyrann was with
he
Houston.
was in Washington. What's the
He's
guy's
a
name?
Marshawn Lattimore.
Lattimore?
Yeah.
Marshawn Lattimore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, yeah. Listen, there's a ton of opportunity here for the Bears. They have the players
Yeah.
in place to make this work. It's just about addressing some of those pieces and making those pieces work. You know what I mean? Like I think that it starts with the coaching staff. I'm glad that you got it right, and I think we all feel good about the staff. Pause. But the most important thing now is for you to get the players in place to make the staff worthy. Because I've said this. I think Flus is a bad head coach.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
But
Good DC.
he's probably a better head coach if there's an offensive line in place. If there's a defensive line in place. Who, Flus?
I like
Yeah,
Ken
Flus got hired on in Dallas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dallas,
I like
Yeah,
I'm not telling you he's a great head coach in that situation, but he's probably better if his quarterback isn't sacked 48 or 68 times.
Well, you should hire a better OC
did,
and
right.
get a better line.
Flus
I like
was-
Ken
Flus-
Burke's comment. He said Dennis Allen's 4-3 wide. He likes his defensive and big body. Crash the edges. Don't see Austin Booker fitting the scheme.
Yeah, Austin might fall out. Austin might fall out of the
Or
scheme.
you convert it to a
that was
linebacker.
good pickup. though.
Or
I'm
You gotta
moving
figure
to
out a way to
linebacker.
get
I'm
your
moving
best
to
out on the
linebacker.
field.
Make him a
Austin
linebacker.
Booker is a blitzing linebacker.
Yeah.
Ooh.
He's 6 foot.
Yeah,
Whoa,
you might need to
6'5",
find a way to
230,
put him on the field.
240.
That's a
240?
talent.
He's
That's
got-
a talent.
he's
He's
got
got
talent.
speed.
Yeah.
But I think here's the thing that I like about Dennis Allen, right? We're sitting here talking about, well, he doesn't fit his scheme, but he's got a scheme that he has adapted players to.
Yep.
He's got a scheme that he can adjust to make fit the talent.
He did.
That's the one thing that we don't see.
He had a similar person at the Saints. I can't remember his name, but it was a third like a
Cam Jordan?
no.
I know
Cam
you
Jordan,
talk
the big boy.
the linebacker you talking about.
Demario
You talking about Demario Davis.
Demario
yes,
Davis.
Yes, that reminds me. Of
Is it
kinda
Demario
like that.
Davis?
Yes. Shut
Welcome,
up,
Joe.
Yeah.
No, 100%.
That way he could
Demario.
used him and he was efficient.
Yeah. No, I think that's the thing.
He
to
also
me,
had
right?
Anzalone too, by the way.
Alex Anzalone, yeah. He has fit his scheme to work for the players that have come in to make sure that their talent accentuates. That's what I like about Ben Johnson. That's what I like about Dennis Allen. I don't know anything about Declan Doyle. You know what I mean? Like, but
I wish I had his
I can't
job.
sit there and tell you
He
anything.
just got to bring the
gonna
donuts.
learn.
By the way, has it been found out that he's not Ditka's?
I don't know if he's Ditka's nephew or not. I saw that in one report. I haven't seen it anywhere else.
Okay.
I know somebody that knows his family because
Okay.
they went to Iowa, and you remember the whole like
Oh yeah, his
dad at Iowa thing.
Yeah, I
and
saw
everything.
some
Which,
tweets about
by the
that.
way,
Overblown.
listen, Dan Bernstein.
Oh my God, I wouldn't go say it, but
stop
yes.
being an old idiot,
Oh
bro.
my God,
Stop
yes.
being an old idiot.
Jeez.
Like you're retweeting an article to try and put down Declan Doyle because his dad, who probably is or maybe is, I don't know 100%. I've never met the man, but if he is, that he had racist remarks and sexist remarks and all this stuff, you ain't got a clean record out here, my guy.
One doesn't equal the
You-
other.
you're- and-
It's like, come on.
We didn't hire his dad. We hired him.
The sins of the father.
Right, you know what I mean? Like, now I get it. If we get into practice one day and I'm sitting there at training camp and he's the OC and he's
Start
like, "Listen
spazzing
here,
out.
Yanwer. Whoa, Declan!"
all
What are you doing with that
You
rope?
know, if he goes from Jesus, Joe. Listen,
We ringing up the DBs. What?
if he goes from Declan to Declan real quick, you know what I mean? Like, Declan. That was Joe called him that.
I didn't know how his name was.
You know, then we can have that conversation. But it's idiotic to have that
I'm like,
conversation
what
till it's
kind of
time
name is this?
to
What is
have
it?
that conversation, bro. I saw that come across my timeline. I was like, bro, retire, bro. If I ever, I congratulate you for getting to that age in radio. But if I ever get to the age in radio where I'm just sharing
Wait.
stuff and just sounding bad, like, all right, bro.
Wait, I'm uploading the clips to Pat, and I'm like, I don't even know how to say this dude. I'm like, what's it? Declan. That's all I did.
Declan. He
I
said
didn't know how
Declan.
to even say. I didn't even bother looking him up. I said he'll write it in
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Oh my God.
Hey, LRC, or is that LBC? You know what I mean? If
boy.
I'm at training camp one day and he's like, come here, boy.
Mr. Lincoln says
Put your
I'm
glasses
free.
back on.
Hey, man, 233 in the chat, 39 likes on the video. Hit that like button, subscribe
Yes,
to the
sir.
page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. Let us know your thoughts on the coaching staff. What kind of impact do you think that they will have on this team year one? Before we get out of this segment, I will say this. I'm not saying 10 wins.
What are you saying?
I will say that this Bears team will be one of the most competitive teams in football.
I will say that.
That may fall one way or the other, right? Competitive wins don't always mean you're going to have a winning record.
I'm going to go with 10.
But this is going to be one of those. I'll say this is going to be one of those teams that nobody wants to play week in and week out.
You don't think we're going to gain 4 wins because Flus blew 4?
Sure did.
Let me tell you this.
Coach did blow a few.
Here's the thing.
That's 10.
Here's the thing. Logically, I can sit here and tell you 100% Flus blew 4 if you just do this one time, a couple times a game. Yeah, I mean, usually in the the most important moment.
Now?
You take that time out? I take that time out. Dang good time out. I would love for a head coach to call timeout. I would agree with you that Ben Johnson should be allowed to call it.
And now it's like 17-0. Wow.
Yeah,
What? Give my soundboard work.
You just go bed press all of it.
It was just working.
You should have turned it off.
Slam all of them.
Miami Joel does cocaine. Be careful. I'm scared of this guy. You got to watch him.
Miami Joel.
I think this team will be a team that nobody wants to play next year. That is my prediction. Whether that turns into 10 wins, whether that turns into 12 wins, whether it turns into 7, I think the team improves, and they're moving, and they're one of those teams that mugs come out of it and go, oh God, we got the Bears next week. This sucks.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that, and we'll see what that ends up turning into in the long run. I appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love, man. We're gonna keep this thing moving along. You want to punch it again? You look like you want to punch it again.
Because I got the whole ESPN draft. It's all there. I don't know why it's not working, man.
It's all there.
You know, we have the computer like right here. Why don't you just put the computer on the table and just click the?
I don't want to do that.
Okay, all right. You do what you
It was just working.
Okay, all right. Don't worry about me.
You know it was. You're just as
Huh?
surprised as I am.
Hey, topic 2.
Drew's getting us back on track. You know we in trouble. Mock Draft 1.0 is out. Mel Kiper has his Mock Draft 1.0 out.
Nice,
PFF also having their mock out. I said mock.
He did.
I said mock.
Yeah.
Funny.
Why are you guys so?
We're kids.
You all right, Joe? You okay? You having a tough day today?
went from Miami to
You said
kid.
Miami Joe does a little.
That Miami Joel doing a little different.
Little line.
Listen, they both got their mocks out, and to me, I love the direction that they're going with their mocks. I think that the fact that both are pretty much in lockstep kind of speaks to what this draft is. I don't think there's going to be a lot of movement from 1 to 10.
No.
Unless Tennessee does something out of body where they really are just like, we don't ever need a quarterback. We're just going to ride it out with Will Levis.
It's not the fact that they said they don't need him. They keep saying that they're going to trade out of it.
Everybody
they don't like it.
Everybody wants to trade out until like there's nobody to trade with.
Yes, true.
You know what I mean? So you also got to have a trade partner in place. We'll see if they do have that. I'm not saying you couldn't have somebody move up, but right now where the mocks are at, and this is just straight up, number 1, Tennessee taking Cam Ward, which I could see it.
Yeah,
I can see
yeah.
that.
I could see it. Number 2, Travis Hunter to the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
Number 3, the New York Giants take Shooter Sanders.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right.
Number
I like
4,
I like that.
New England Patriots
That's
take
all I want.
Abdul Carter.
Yeah, I know that's the guy.
you know.
I don't
Hey,
see that.
That's my favorite.
If Abdul Carter finds a way to fall, it's the only way I don't take an offensive
Yep.
lineman.
That is my favorite.
You got to take him.
You
That's
gotta- you gotta
generational.
take-
That's generational.
Man, he's almost one of them talents I say I almost trade up for.
Jacksonville at number 5, Mason Graham, defensive tackle out of Michigan.
I'm not mad at that.
Vegas taking I hate this dude's name. Tatoria, Territoria.
McMillan?
Yeah,
Ted-
yeah.
Ted-
McMillan.
Tatatorian?
McMillan.
McMillan. I know the McMillan part. I just
Stop.
the first name is like, dog, you got an anime name, bro.
Tetragrammaton.
Right.
Yeah.
Vegas taking him out of Arizona, which is very Vegas. Take a wide receiver with no quarterback available. New York Jets take Mykel Williams, which he's the other one that
You figured it out.
Freaking A.
Wow. What a draft.
Let's go.
He's happy.
You okay?
I mean, hey,
You all right?
Miami
let's
Joel is
go.
back. Oh, he's got the shades.
Oh,
back.
it's kinda
That's
scary.
right.
Freaking A.
Michael Williams out of Georgia, 7 to the Jets. Jalen Walker, linebacker out of Georgia, 8 to the
That's a name.
Panthers.
Interesting.
Well, I like
I didn't know that.
Will Johnson, 9
I don't like that.
to the New Orleans Saints
Okay.
out of Michigan.
Will Johnson's
3 Michigan in a row.
because we breed dog.
And at 10, the Chicago Bears take William Bartholomew Campbell,
He sounds like a broad.
offensive tackle
Johnson.
/ guard,
Sounds like a broad.
out of LSU.
I like that. I like you, Mel Kiper.
What Mel Kiper said about it is the Bears have had 3 top 10 picks since Ryan Poles became the GM in 2022. They've used them all on offense, but anyone who watched the Bears play this season knows Caleb Williams needs better protection. The rookie QB took 68 sacks. There's a lot of sacks in this mock. The entire offensive line class is still on the board here, and it's close between Campbell and Texas's Kelvin Banks Jr. at the top. I lean Campbell because he was better this season and has more size at 6'6", 323. Even though Banks is ranked higher on my board, number 10 and number 11, Campbell gave up just 2 sacks over 524 pass block snaps this season. There's some length corners, and he might kick inside to guard, or concerns, and he might kick inside to guard, but Chicago needs help all over that line. When you hear this mock, or when you see this mock, I should say, does this make you feel tingly? Is this a tingly mock for you?
It's a meaty mock.
This a meaty mock for you. You like this mock?
I'm not gonna say it's a meaty mock. It's a meaty mock for the Bears.
That's why.
It's a meaty mock for the
You
Bears.
get Shadir Sanders quiet over there.
Cause let y'all tell her we getting Cam Ward, but that's another discussion for another day.
You said you're going to get Justin Fields for cheap.
Hey, this was before. You know what? Never mind. Anyway,
We got a couple super chats.
We have a super chat.
Shout out to
what the super chat
I saw
talking about?
Dantana earlier.
We had one before
Zendaya.
that. We had
Oh,
one before that.
Zendaya.
Zendaya. Mock. Shoot, I can't see that.
Mock equal. He said Will Campbell at 10, Landon Jackson at 39, Gray Zabel at 41, Deion Walker at 72, and Jonah Monheim at 148. A bunch of freak athletes in the trenches.
Not gonna lie, I only
He
know
going
2 of those
all
names.
offensive line draft. I
All
respect it.
offensive line.
All line, all the time.
All day.
Yeah.
No.
I saw Dantana
like
in
the
there somewhere.
idea, but not feasible.
Not all of them.
Tana being a member for 34 months. Shout out Tana. He said, "Hey, the draft chime was dope, Joel. What up, fellas? Drippy Stream.
Appreciate you, my
thank
guy.
you, sir.
Appreciate
Drippy
you.
Stream.
man.
with,
I always do
You
that.
guys are looking pretty smart.
oh, thank you.
Hey, you guys got the Miami flavor over there. You got
Yeah, a little something.
you got Tubbs and Crockett.
Hey, listen.
Clubs and
You see
Crockett,
me, I like to go. When I play at the big ball, you know, I like to get the behind the ball. I like to play. I get the ball and I throw it, and then I run to the bag. You know what I mean? It's very good.
It was con
So silly.
I love.
Oh.
Shout out Ozzy, bro.
Ozzy is funny.
Shout out
I want to throw a little bit of a wrench in here because
Whoa.
I'm seeing another name that I had no idea about until I did a little research. And this guy might be just as good, if not better, had he not gotten injured.
Mm.
Wait a
Can I
minute.
interest
you
you?
lost
We
me.
got the stat guy is
Can
statting.
I'm statting it up. Can I
That guy is
interest you in Ohio State tackle Josh Simmons?
No,
No.
my bad. I
No,
capped you.
in all
I
honesty,
capped you. My bad.
no,
Go
yeah,
ahead,
you
make the
did.
case.
You-
Go ahead, make the
Thomas
case.
Brown goes 5-0. He's still out of here. No, honestly, that name, they claimed that if he had stayed healthy, he'd be better, and he's a better fitted tackle. He has the measurables that Will doesn't have as far as like the arm length. Like you don't have to worry about that. He's 6'5", 310 pounds. Like aggressive. He's almost like kind of a Tevin Jenkins mold, and
Tevin Jenkins and
third
hurt.
round.
Hey,
I
he's
see
just
him.
one
Hey,
sack.
a
Third
Tevin
round.
Jenkins
He's
mold for
No,
sure.
we're talking about availability. We're not
Third
talking
round.
about when injured. I'm talking about
But
what he does on the
I'm
field.
just saying.
If he drops to the second round,
Second round.
Oh no, he's not going to
Maybe.
drop to the second
No,
round.
if he's hurt,
He's
No, they
injured
got him.
reserve.
They got him
If-
slated 25th
Yeah,
to
if
the
you
Texans.
and now
Okay,
here's the
that's
thing.
dangerous second
But they
round.
Here's the thing.
They say he's out
If
for
you
another
draft
year.
back, because we don't need to give up picks. If we take more picks, by the way, also adding to that, I think. Well, we don't know for sure if
You're
Cunningham
saying
got the
trade
job.
from 10 down to like 20.
Absolutely. Do what we should have did with the Powers Johnson with that ninth pick. If I know a lot of you all felt that way. We do that this year. We get an extra pick. You get a guy that actually is rated, if healthy, better than those two tackles.
I'm
telling
not
you.
going.
no.
Josh Simmons
But,
is
hey,
underrated.
no.
Watch him
Time
get in
out,
the
time
league.
out, time out, time
Watch
out.
him get in the league
I
and be a
want-
beast. I'm
I-
telling
if
you.
we get
What
Campbell,
is with you?
Hey,
Let's stop yelling. Let's stop yelling at each other.
well,
What
look,
all this
Campbell
hatred.
would be our left guard if we get him right now.
Sure.
Or
Yeah.
Kelvin Banks is the new starting left tackle.
Okay.
So we have a chance to get him at 10. Either one of those guys, based off this mock draft, is a possibility. Go ahead.
But nah, I was gonna say I like both of those names. Literally, we not gonna be able to really know anything until the combine.
True.
I would lean towards Will Campbell. I got a problem with you and like cause lately you really been on some like
Lately,
well if Thomas Brown almost did this and you know if this like
what do you mean? That's my opinion.
They not going off ifs and almost and hey man.
Well, I mean, look at the track record. I'm not saying this guy is some like out of nowhere gym. If he wasn't hurt, Josh Simmons would be the best tackle.
The track record is nice. I didn't hear about Jaden Daniels getting touched.
Huh?
Because he played
What?
At LSU?
Yeah, he played at LSU.
Sure. But what I'm saying is,
he's saying
Yeah.
the track record of Will Campbell is
Yeah,
nice.
like
I
didn't hear
agree,
about
but
Jaden.
then
I
there's
didn't hear about
also,
Jaden getting
but
touched.
here's the thing: there's also those that say if you're going to have to translate him or move his position from left tackle to left guard automatically because he's undersized, I want somebody that's going to replace Braxton Jones officially once he gets in the building, and that's why Kelvin Banks, yeah, sure. Josh Simmons apparently is the name that everybody's saying would be at the top if he had not gotten injured. And so for me, I'm like, okay, you can get the same type of talent, trade back, get another pick, and address more areas and go after this guy. It's a chance, but it's a good chance.
I got a question for you. I got a question
That's
for you.
just a wrench I'm throwing
I got a question
there.
for you. If you do that, he's not ready. What's you gonna put in place until he is ready?
Well, you still keep Braxton.
If you want to stretch,
I don't
You
wanna
still
do
keep
that.
Braxton. You still got free agency for Zeitler.
You still got holes then.
No,
What are
free
you doing?
agency. Free agency.
But-
we just cut some people, so now our salary cap went up. You got Zeitler. You still got Trey Smith we trying to get. You got other names that you're going to fill out before the draft.
I'm
Okay,
with
okay.
Rex Smith. I don't want to
Let's
draft.
stop talking
injured
over
guys.
each other. Let's stop. Everybody stop talking at once.
What?
Go ahead, Jay.
Hey, I took my time and pause.
Excuse me.
He got knocked out
Oh,
twice.
okay. All right.
I'm gonna pull out.
What? Pull out of the mock?
All right.
Oh boy.
Pull out the mock.
Go ahead.
All right.
All right.
No, what was you going to say, Drew?
No, I'm just saying that if you were to do that and take the draft capital and move back, then what are you bringing in between? Because if you bring in a free agent, that's 3 years. Then that defeats the whole purpose of you drafting him because he's only going to take him a certain amount of months.
Well, he was saying keep Braxton.
Yeah.
He was saying you keep Braxton. Braxton's a pro. He's out there until he's ready. Now, here's my one thing. Now, Simmons, to me, I think you have to stop drafting hurt guys. This guy went out October 12th. He didn't play another snap.
You're right.
That's a long time.
That's a
I don't
chance.
wanna
That's
hurt
a long
guys.
time.
Right.
We just did this. Karan Amagaji got hurt last season. Nah,
First rounder.
Karan is not
Yale,
the same
Ohio
thing.
State.
Right,
Yeah,
but
like-
am I taking chances on first round picks that are injured? You know what I mean? That's something you can't do. Now, to me, it's all about the evaluation. If you go through your evaluation and you see that neither of the guys at the top, Kelvin Banks nor Will Campbell, are top caliber guys, that's a different conversation. I don't know if I'd agree with it, but that's a different conversation to have there. And I think that I could see you trading back then, but if you come out of this with one of those guys, unless you get an absolute haul and you can take a chance on one of those top guys, I like a Josh Simmons there. Like, I can't take chances on dudes being hurt when my quarterback is about to be hurt if I don't get this right.
Yeah.
Like, that to me is a no-go. Now, if you go through all your medicals and you're like, oh, this dude's 100% healthy, I would say I would rather you try and still take somebody top 10, whether Kelvin Banks or Will Campbell, and package those 2 second-round picks to move up to go get somebody.
Another starter.
Because if you feel that he's good enough for you to trade back and wait on, that means you believe he's going to be a starter next year. That means you're going all in on your offensive line in 1 year. Now, yes, there's still pieces out there that you can get in that second round. I think there's great pieces you can get in that second round. I think you need all 3 picks so that you can go out there and address not only the offensive line pieces, but also some of those guys on the defensive line. But the big thing here is you have to get whoever this first pick is in the draft. He has to be right. He can't be a miss because you have so many issues on this offensive line, and it seems like that's where the Bears are going, that if you miss, it's going to set you back for years to come.
Yeah.
I think that's really what I was getting at, because you got Ben Johnson, first year head coach. Then after that, you turn around.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Get going.
Yeah, after that, you turn around. Like, my quarterback just set a record for sacks.
Yeah.
My quarterback just set a record for sacks. So I can take a chance on it if I got this guy that's possibly already here that's the top of the list.
Now, I do like Baki's comment. At this point, when it comes to O-line, it's all about development. I think that's true, too.
Yep.
We don't know.
There are guys we're
That's
going to
also
bring
true,
in.
yeah.
There may be guys in the building.
We
So
don't
what
know if Karan is
That's
going
what
to
I say.
actually be developed.
I think the issue of who we take depends on the valuation of Karan. Because if we move him over to guard, we're not gonna take another guard. If we're gonna leave him at tackle and he's come in with some tree trunks now, that changes our whole draft strategy.
We don't know if Ben Johnson might say, you know what, this guy actually does work.
Ashton Jensen. No.
No, I mean, it could be that he thinks that Braxton Jones. I've been championing to get a new left tackle for years.
Yeah.
They may say we can work with him now, so we have a starting left tackle. We know we have Braxton Darnell Wright on the right side. We still need our center. So I'm not necessarily for trading up the 2 picks because I think we get our center in one of those second-round picks. And I think we get a day one starter at 10 with either.
I'm loving a Jake Majors.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
to get
Majors
one,
good
either
too.
Campbell or Cal. Who knows? I
It's a
mean,
major
plus
mind.
when they go through the combine, there might be somebody that shines through
Yeah.
that we don't expect.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, and that's the thing. Centers you can get in the 3rd round and the 4th round. Like there's places you can find these pieces. The concerning part is we don't have the trust of Ryan Poles. Right? I don't trust that Ryan Poles can pick a 3rd round pick. Why? Because his 3rd round picks right now are Karan Amagaji, Velus Jones, and Zach Pitt.
look at Baki though. He said Trey Smith was a 6th-round pick.
Trey Smith was a 6th round pick.
That's
and
what we need.
You can find these guys, and I think that's why the arrogance of what the heck we saw this season in the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th round. Well, we didn't have a 3rd round pick, but the 4th and the 5th round is like, I love the fact that you got Austin Booker because you're attacking the trenches. You're trying something. You're hoping something works there. The 4th round is just pure arrogance. We need somebody that's going to flip the field. That means you think you win in 10 games.
Uh-oh. Are you saying that maybe they take the running back at 10?
They're not gonna do that. I don't know why. He is so
bro.
panicked
Hey,
about
no,
this.
no.
And it's
telling you what- I'm telling
6 really good
Bro,
running backs in
I'm-
this draft,
I'm-
and he is panicked.
Bro, I'm panicked. Listen, there was a lot of good running backs in the Jameer Gibbs draft. They still took that man high.
Nah,
But I'm panicked because it keeps going. Yeah, we got to fix that offensive line.
see
We're
you,
worried about
Carol.
that. But also a run game really helps the quarterback. But we got to
Really
fix that
does.
offensive line. Don't you worry about that. But that run game, sometimes you got to run the football. I think he's saying 2 things with there. Number one, we are drafting a running back at some point, so I will flip a table unless it's before the 4th round. And number
Or
2,
Roschon.
no, probably not. Number 2, DeAndre Swift is going to be looking for a new job. Those are the 2 things that's
Wow, you think he's out of there?
You think we're gonna cut him?
fam.
Yeah.
I
Fam.
think he
Yeah.
becomes
I don't know
a
if you
tandem.
cut him. You can't cut him. But I'll say this.
These
I think
picks is way too.
Hey Ringo, when you play college football 25 and you make the underdog player
yeah.
or the walk on, you make
Oh,
the walk on
yeah.
freshman. And then you be like, all right, bet, put me in the game, coach. And they just sim the game all
Oh,
the way
yeah.
through.
Bro,
back
that's
and
the
forth,
one
back and
star.
forth. The 1 star, right? It just sim back and forth. That's going to be DeAndre Swift. Just watching the game happen.
When
Yeah,
am I?
no
when
chance.
When am
No
I gonna
way.
play?
No way,
Bro.
No way, because
Bro.
No.
We still
I'm-
use him well in the passing game.
Drew, you know he's the one
No,
that traded him, right?
I'm gonna tell you
Ben's
why.
the one that traded him.
My bad.
Well, you can't,
Ben's the one that traded
No,
him.
but we just gave him like 3 years, so we gonna have to cut
Drew.
him and eat 2 years.
Yeah.
Drew.
Depends on what.
Well,
the
you're not going to cut
guaranteed
him.
money.
You probably just have him on the team.
Drew. David Montgomery, Jameer Gibbs, and then you see what they had over there, and then he's coming to DeAndre Swift.
But they didn't have to cut them though. That's the difference. They didn't have to cut. They didn't have to cut.
There-
in Detroit.
there-
They
there's
just
like
didn't re-sign. It's the difference.
there's a difference, and he sees that already. I don't think he's on the roster. And yeah, I'm a champion of running back.
Hey, he might
I'm a-
trade
Man,
trade
that's
that
a- that's
mugger
a
down
lot
to
of money
Liam
to
Cohen
cut.
down there with
for real.
That's a lot of money to
Jacksonville.
cut.
For
Hey,
real.
Hey, he might trade him down to Liam Cohen down there with the old Duval.
Yeah, Duval.
Did y'all see that?
That was cringy.
That
He
was
almost messed
cringy.
it up too.
Hey.
Hold on, let me see if I can get that on the mic, bro.
Here's how we started. 3.
I said,
I
Ian, please don't
understand
go.
Ben. I understand Ben not liking him, but the fact is that the Bears been wasting. They've been spending money differently, but they still not just gonna waste it.
That is so.
It was
cringy.
like-
That is
That's
horrible.
nasty. That is so nasty. That's nasty.
Either way,
Duval.
Should we put that on?
That need to be on the
I don't
soundboard.
even want it on the soundboard.
The only time that was cold was when Jalen Ramsey said it.
Yeah.
Back when they was almost at the championship.
Yeah. We going to the Super Bowl, and we finna win that. They did not.
They did not. No, I think though, and where we are is that this line has to be fixed immediately.
Yeah.
I think there's some pieces we don't know what's going to get coached up.
Mhm.
I would prefer draft our linemen, and then the 2 second-round picks. One might be a defensive end, and maybe we get a big jumbo. That's a big run stopper type guy, and then we get our center, and then we'll see what we do with that third pick. But no getting cute. I don't want drafting. We've done that in the past. You draft hurt players. Even Tevin Jenkins had a first-round grade. He dropped a little bit to a second-round player. He's been
Because he was hurt. And he's been hurt the entire time.
So it's like we can't have that. We can't do any more gambles anymore.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I mean, I think that it's a chance you just can't take in the draft. We'll see what ends up happening. Mel Kiper dropping his first mock of the year. And we'll see many more mocks before we get to the we get to draft day. Draft day is April
something.
Yeah.
April.
We got a long way to go.
Many.
Now we got free agency in between. Then
I
we'll
think,
talk about
I think
all
it's a
free
week.
agents.
I think it's a week before
So
WrestleMania.
we're
actually.
doing another
Yeah.
mock,
Definitely.
team mock.
Definitely.
Oh yeah, we're doing the show.
Do
mock.
Do we want to start throwing?
Where
it
we
out
all
there
had our
early?
mocks.
That's
About
right.
the draft party. You want to throw that out already? Draft party.
That's like a long way away.
Yeah, but we go ahead and start. Just throw it out there now.
you want to throw it out
We're
there?
gonna
We can
plan
throw
a
it out
draft
there.
party.
Hey, we're going to have a draft party.
Yeah.
Make sure to pull up on us for a
Look
draft
at that,
party.
Crimson. 87 days from now. we're gonna
87
have
days from the draft.
Shout out to
man.
Crimson.
We
87
will have a draft party.
They don't know it yet,
It's going to
but
be
we're
a
gonna
great
do it.
time. Well, they know it now because you just weirdly. Miami Joel is just a different guy. Man. He
boy.
just, no planning, nothing.
He's
Just,
dangerous.
I got a party for
Taking
you.
names.
I'm taking names out here. Let's finish it out with this, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. Hit the like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Let's finish it out talking about this championship weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, what a glorious weekend. You want to know why? Because yet again, as I say every year, mugs are looking for these storybook endings. Y'all looking for these rocky endings. Y'all looking for these over the he's punching the meat. Take that for what you will. You know what I mean? Just going crazy. He's running up a mountain. You know what I mean? He's pushing a car. Y'all looking for these rocky endings with Josh Allen. Y'all know who Josh Allen is?
Heck of a player.
Josh Allen is a heck of a player. He is a heck of a competitor. He will always be in the game.
Superman.
Josh Allen is Vegeta. Josh Allen never will win. I'm rewatching Dragon Ball Z, so I just saw the Frieza fight.
Fire.
I just saw the Frieza fight. Josh
Fire.
Allen is Vegeta.
Fire.
Good comparison.
He's a great fighter. He can whoop mostly everybody in the world, but you're not gonna beat Goku.
Who did I say earlier? I think I went Utah Jazz.
At the end of the day,
Karl Malone and Saki.
this
Yeah.
ain't a movie,
He-
dog.
They going against Mike.
Yeah.
He's
Nah.
ending careers. Yes, it is. They did it. They talked about it this
It's
morning.
more like
Just by comparison.
No.
By comparison, they going against Mike because when Mike was in his heyday, he killed Charles Barkley's career. He killed Patrick
about
Ewing's
Charles
career.
Barkley career.
He killed John Stockton's career. He killed Reggie Miller's career.
I mean, he stopped them all from winning. He didn't
I don't know.
kill
Yeah, I was gonna say they all had great careers. I don't know about kill.
Stop them mean they never got.
They never won a
they never won a
mountaintop,
championship. That is what GOAT Mahomes is doing to all these great quarterbacks. Like they said, all these quarterbacks are going to be in the Hall of Fame more than likely. Like 95% chance they're going to be in the Hall of Fame with gold jackets and no chips.
I think to me, right, when I just look at the Josh Allen versus Patrick Mahomes comparison, and I love the DBZ comparison. I was listening to the Derrick Rose podcast earlier. He was on with Zebo and Tony.
Yeah, I ain't seen
Tony-
it yet, but I was
He was on with Zebo and Tony Allen. He was talking about how he like at the height of his powers, he was going up against LeBron regular season, going up against LeBron in the playoffs. He was so ready, and it just never happened.
Yeah.
And I literally think that's what it basically is now. Like we know that Josh is like there to take that next step, but it's like, bro, it's it's Brown. Like you hear.
I think here's the thing though. We always make it a quarterback thing. Realistically speaking, it's a team thing.
Yeah.
Your team wasn't ready.
Yeah.
Your team was not prepared
Saying that this
to
morning.
go out there and win this game. It's the
Hey,
same with
did he get that first down? Real quick.
he did not get that first down.
Thank
He
you.
did not get that.
Thank
first
you.
down.
No, he did.
He did
He
not
did. He
get
did
that
not
first
get that
If
first
you-
down.
If you looked at it, his shoulder, where the ball was in his upper shoulder,
It was behind the line.
he got to that line. He only had to get
His
to the nose.
his shoulder
He only-
passed the line.
his
The ball
nose-
did not.
The nose of the football only had to touch that line, and they were supposed to get the first down. They didn't even do the measurement. That's how bad of a call it was. They didn't even do the measurement because they were supposed to, at bare minimum, do the measurement on the fourth down.
Yeah, I
They
don't know.
didn't.
I don't know not doing the measurement, but they went to replay. They immediately went to replay and saw it and didn't change it. Like I don't. Here's my thing. You're in a tough position. I don't like some of the calls Sean McDermott made in that game. I think that Joe Brady, what a worst case scenario showing for head coach. Because I watched that game, and that's hilarious. They said if Vegeta is Josh and Goku is Pat, who's Lamar, and somebody said Piccolo. Piccolo is the only black character on DBZ. That's hilarious. That's solid. That's a good joke.
Wouldn't it be
Hey,
Trunks?
no, he Piccolo because Piccolo also can't beat Vegeta. That's a solid comparison.
But is
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
But is it to me? It's more like Mahomes said. Everybody had to do their job. To me, everybody on Buffalo didn't
Well,
do their job
I
because
think-
they look at the offensive line. The offensive line had been playing well.
Yeah.
They never lost a 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1. They got stopped 4 times on those downs.
Well,
so the
here's
offensive
the thing.
line didn't do their job.
You had an offensive coordinator looking at James Cook gashing Kansas City
killing
defense.
them.
And I think he got invested in the storyline and said, we got to win this on the arm of Josh.
Reminds
didn't.
me of something.
You didn't.
Reminds me.
You want to know what they should have done?
is
You want to know?
deja vu.
I say this. As much as I've ragged on running backs, the smartest team in the playoffs is Philly.
Yeah.
Because they just walked up to the line and were like, y'all 30th in defense on the run?
Yeah, we're just gonna kill you.
Hey, Saquon, how your legs feeling, bro? Yeah, you finna use them. Yeah, we running. They executed the Ringo game plan perfectly. When you see something like that, you have to change your game plan in the moment. I'm not sitting here saying
because everybody
change
did their job, though.
everything up. No, I'm talking about for the Bills. James Cook was destroying the Chiefs.
He had 2 touchdowns already.
He was destroying the Chiefs. They couldn't stop the run all day. I
But
literally
that's the second half.
No,
The first half wasn't
legitimately.
like that.
Well, they didn't run as much in the second half. But here's the thing. Legitimately, I am concerned now that Philly might stop the three-peat because I've never seen Kansas City look that bad against the run.
Yeah, they
looked horrible. And Joe Brady was like, you know what we're going to do? Throw it.
reminds me of a certain place in Miami. Bring it all the way back around. They stopped running the ball. Let's put it in the hands of the quarterback when we were killing them.
Oh, you talking about a little Super Bowl action?
Super Bowl action.
Little Super Bowl action?
Stop running the ball in the rain.
Yeah.
And it's like
Rex Grossman was our quarterback.
Well, you know what we need? As long as we don't have coaching that says go out there and be Superman versus like let's have an actual game plan. You know, but like you're saying, in the moment, sometimes that would suck if you're doing that because you're elevating a person over the team. It's a team game.
Yeah.
It may not be that this guy has to get all the glory right now because this is the moment for this guy to shine. It could be the defensive player that ends up doing something, you know, but that's what's happening with, I mean, even with the Chiefs. Let's be honest. If Chris Jones is not doing what he's doing, they're not going to the championship. That dude's a monster.
Well, yeah. I mean, their defense led.
Yeah, their defense.
But Mahomes shows up when you need him to.
Exactly, but it's not 100% on him all the time.
Yeah.
It's either going to be Kelsey doing something. It might be one of the receivers that did something. Somebody that you don't expect to make a play, but it's being able to be locked in
Hey,
in the game.
Trent McDuffie made 2 plays at
Hey,
the goal line.
Big Duffy.
I'm Trent
Big Duffy.
McDuffie.
He and his
man.
Duffy.
Also, the
Yeah,
refs.
nice.
The refs of the 13th.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
And real quick though,
Sorry.
because I wanted to ask y'all this. I'm a big Spags guy. You know, Spags.
Yeah,
Started
you
out
won
in New
with
York,
your
got us
Giants.
2
I know.
chips.
Yeah.
He got 5 chips as a DC, bro.
Yeah.
He got 5 chips as a DC.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where does he rank? Like all the time, like as far as like
DCs?
like defensive coordinators.
Well, does Vic even have a championship as a?
Vic
Big
don't have a
Fangio? No.
championship.
I mean, he could right now.
What's the dude from the
Does Vic have a
LeBeau?
championship?
Yeah, I said
LeBeau?
he could have one right now.
Dick LeBeau.
Has the 2?
He's top 5 for me.
He might be
Uh,
top.
Spags-
Period.
He's top
I
five. No,
I think he might be one.
No,
You talking about
he-
2 with the Giants, 3 with the Chiefs.
I mean, George Hallis.
Uh,
George
you
Hallis
go-
was the
you
head
go-
coach.
Now
true.
you going take a sip. You're going way back. We're
I'm
talking
just
about
well,
modern.
yeah.
I
I take a shot for George Hallis.
Only reason why I say no is because his defenses are good, but they're not like that Seattle's defense. They're not like Bears defense.
No, they win more than one Super Bowl.
like,
He's probably talking about the way it looks,
I'm
like
talking
how.
about, I'm talking
aggressive.
about the not even the aggressive part of it. I'm talking about the domination part of it.
Yeah.
Those defenses are dominating, where his defenses are just solidly good the whole time. They make their impact plays.
well, I mean, they're
He knows
fourth
how
in
to-
points
he
per
knows how to
game this
call
year.
plays. To me, he
allowed.
knows how to call plays, but his defense are not that shut down kill where you only giving up 3 to 10 points each game.
Buddy Ryan is a nice one.
Buddy Ryan's a good one.
But yeah,
only
no,
got one.
five chips at the DC.
As a DC is nuts.
I got
Wait, no.
I
They
gotta
have-
give him his flowers.
No, you're right. They have 4. He's got 2 with the Giants, 2 with the Chiefs. On his way to
So-
maybe winning the 3rd one, right? They're about to win 3.
he
No,
only got
They
4
already
right now.
have 3.
He's only got 4.
No, they already got
Pat's
3.
got 3.
Right.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
no, there is 5. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
that's what I said. He
No,
Jay
they said
Jones in the
they said
building.
Yesterday he only had 4.
No, he's
No, he's got
3
5.
He already got 3 championships.
Mahomes has 3.
He's been with them
Mahomes,
ever since he
Mahomes
was
got
over there.
3, then he got 2 with the Giants.
Didn't he?
No,
Who was on the? I thought who was on
Mahomes
the
got
Rams?
3 rings.
Yeah, Mahomes got 3 rings.
No, Mahomes got 3 rings, but I don't think Spags got 5. I think yesterday they said he had 4. He's got the most chips for a DC, and it wasn't 5. I believe it was 4. I'm gonna check that right quick.
If he's been there for
I know
Kansas City
he's got
run,
one. I know he's got 1 with the Giants.
he's got definitely 2, right?
He's got 2.
Because that was the Eli. He was
Either
around for
way,
Eli.
I think the thing is though he's elite. He's dominant,
Yeah.
and it continues to prove true.
Also going to a really good team.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
helps.
that helps.
It helps having Chris Jones.
Yeah.
The
Yep.
players.
That
Developing
helps.
players.
It's
though.
a whole
helps.
thing.
Yeah, it helps. That Philly game was hilarious. Just finishing off.
Dude, the
on,
way he ran,
Bro.
5 points
Bro.
is crazy.
I'm
they couldn't stop the run to save their life,
I'm
and
so
they were the only
conflicted.
team that somebody.
What is it,
Like I ain't gonna lie to you,
He's got 4.
Ben Johnson's game plan
4.
was
Confirmed he's got 4.
he got 4.
He's got 4.
Still elite.
So,
Ben Johnson's game plan makes so much less sense watching Philly just turn around and hand the ball to Saquon every time they could. And then when they couldn't hand the ball to Saquon, just telling Jalen Hurts to run the triple option or run up the middle or
just throw it to AJ Brown.
throw it to A.J. Brown the couple of times he
Marshawn
needed to use
Lattimore
his
has
arm.
been
Like,
horrible since he got to Washington.
it is hilarious to just – I love good football, and I just loved watching them just go in there and be like, let's keep giving them the ball, bro. Whenever they stop him, then we'll go out there and throw the football a little more. But I don't think they're going to stop him. Saquon looked amazing yesterday. No. But he looked amazing. He looked amazing.
I agree with you.
I knew
but
where
think-
people was going.
I'm so tired of this disrespect, bro. I can't.
So Saquon's special. He's an elite talent. is what
Behind
you're
that
saying?
offensive
Well,
line,
that
you could be
running back,
special.
yeah, I
No,
was about to say,
no,
no.
no.
I mean, DeAndre
My
had
thing
1,000
is,
yards
he
behind that.
Yeah,
He
he just had
kills me.
1,000. But Saquon is special.
No, of
That
course
was
he's
my
special.
point. I just wanted the special talent.
All right.
But-
what you were saying, Jay-Z?
I almost forgot my point. Wow.
Well, I was going to say,
What a hole.
Yeah, I actually
no,
forgot it.
what
Go
I
Bears.
like is that for them
Go
going to the Super
Bears.
Bowl, that if him being healthy.
Yeah.
Because usually it's always somebody like, to me, someone's a favorite and they're dinged up and it's like, dang, almost kind of like how Terrell Owens was
Yeah.
with Philly. It's like they probably could have won if that man was healthy. On a broken foot, a broken ankle.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to see that he looks like he's at full strength because
He looked like he's getting stronger.
yeah. He's motivated. I'm rooting for Philly all the way. Go.
I remember what I was going to say is that, I mean, we talk about, he kind of could, speaking of Ben Johnson in the game that they lost versus Washington. They could have committed more to the run, but I mean, when you're talking about what he brings here, I'll take a guy who lost with 500 plus total yards of offense.
Oh no, listen,
and putting up
I love
31
it.
points, more than not.
I just feel like that was an obvious game plan, and that's the thing that I don't want somebody getting cute. When it's obvious, let it be obvious.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, don't get cute.
They trashed Sirianni all season because of he's trying to do the simple thing and he's not getting creative and the team's not creative, and it's because the simple thing usually works.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Sirianni went into that game and said, "Saquon, strap on your bootstraps, boys."
That's because
We about to absolutely eviscerate this team with the run. Hey, O-line, we move forward.
Well, that's because they have the explosive plays running the ball, so that they can stay with that game plan. They can stay with the game plan. Look at the first time they had the ball, 60-something 70-yard touchdown. First play of the game.
That one was Saquon. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, he broke
that
that
one was
tackle
Saquon by
and-
himself.
Yeah.
But dog, listen, when you have their offensive line is creating 2 yards before Saquon touches the ball.
Even gets up. Yep.
They're pushing people back 2 yards before Saquon even touches the ball.
That's what.
Hey, look,
It's
Hey,
ridiculous.
If he
If
came,
you-
he's
hey,
getting
I
beat
told
up.
you.
He's a luxury.
You give me that, I'll tell you go pay a running back.
He's a luxury.
He's absolutely a luxury on that
Not
team.
luxury.
But Ryan,
okay.
but Poles,
I'm sorry.
he sent us off.
Saquon was in the Super Bowl before this?
No, I'm
okay.
not gonna
Okay.
lie. I'm
Oh,
not
all
gonna lie.
right.
I'm
Did
gonna
I
be
miss
a
that
little
giant?
salty.
Did I miss that
I'm
giant
gonna
Saquon Super
I'm
Bowl?
gonna be a little salty.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be a little salty, but
He's not a
luxury. I mean,
luxury. I got everything
lost.
else. A luxury.
Yeah. They got
they
everything
went on a
else.
losing streak after winning 10 games last year,
It is. When you
Yes,
when
they
you
fired
he's-
all of
and
their
he's a
coaches
luxury.
because of chicanery.
and he's a luxury.
They
I
fired a
mean,
bunch of coaches over chicanery.
you got a whole bunch of explosive plays from the running game. Cause
Listen,
it
I
was
ain't say he
questionable.
ain't a good running back.
it was questions about.
You act like I
Jalen
said
Hurts.
he's a trash running back.
No,
I feel like you
it's
said he was
just.
trash running back.
You know when he's better?
But
When there's
behind
5
the lead
elephants in
offensive-
front of him.
Like I don't. He
elephants.
had 2,000 yards his
This
rookie
man had
year. I
Jungle Book in
know.
That's
front of
great.
him.
That's great.
That's when you should
His
have gave me
rookie-
some soundboard right there.
His
What?
rookie
I don't have
year.
elephant.
What did he do last year?
But he didn't.
Less than 4 yards a carry.
About-
He didn't
what
do
was it,
much.
900,
Man,
about
look,
1,000
he
yards?
got.
They had Swiss cheese up front last year.
100%. Hey, what we got?
Provolone.
Swiss cheese.
I mean, like,
No, we have a Havarti.
you know what I mean?
Hello.
I get you.
Little
Brie. Little Brie.
I get you.
I don't know, man.
We had some 30-year-old Limburger cheese. That's what we
You
had.
know what I'm saying? Easy to cut.
I don't know.
That's all I'm saying. Must sitting here, everybody in my DM, would you have paid Saquon now? No. I would have paid an offensive line. My quarterback got sacked 68 times. I ain't worried about the running back.
Which is I understand you, and that's why I agree with you. Running back last. Running back is your luxury if you have to pay. If you have one in-house or you drafted one in the lower rounds, yes. But if you have to pay for one, then I'm with you. You pay for him last. After you is a step away from the Super Bowl.
I mean, yeah.
Hey.
And they might win the Super Bowl this year for something they didn't have when they went the first time.
You pay for Fiji. Dasani is always on the up and up. You always got Dasani, but you got to pay for Fiji. You get what you pay for, bro.
That's great. You know where I want Fiji? On the line. You know why? Because I seen a lot of first and second round running backs in the Super Bowl.
6 rounds.
Yeah, I mean,
Denver was the king.
I've
of
seen
the
a lot
late
of less
round.
than $1 million running backs be the lead rusher in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, find a Terrell Davis, 6th round. pick.
Hey, Ken Burke, that is hard too. Vic Fangio versus Andy Reid. I like that. That's Battle of the Giants.
I'm still taking Andy.
Godzilla and
I mean,
King
I am
Kong.
taking Andy, but I do like
Yeah,
that.
no, I got a 3P coming.
I'm still taking Andy.
I want Philly
Yeah,
to win.
3P coming.
I'm just tired of it.
No, yo, he doesn't have 300 wins, but the 3P just like catapult him.
Who?
Andy up
Andy
until
will
like
get the 300 wins if he don't die.
Andy's one top tier coach.
He's still
Andy's top tier.
he's 66. Yeah, he's 66.
You think he retiring next year?
No.
I'm about to
Just
slam
got a
2
job at
cheese.
73.
He about to slam 2 cheeseburgers, run on that field, say
Nuggy
fumble
nuggies.
rooski,
Fumble
nuggy nuggies,
rooski.
and call it a day, man. Hey, man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, man. Leave that 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. We'll be back tomorrow morning. Me and Jordan JC breaking down more Bears talk. Maybe the Bulls will do something worth talking about tonight. Probably not.
Potential trade.
But,
Trade.
yeah,
We'll see.
yeah,
Trade. Bradley
Yeah.
Beal.
Tours got the shaky hands. Don't know what to do.
Lil Waldron.
No Waldron.
Lil
Yeah.
Waldron action.
Waldron.
Hey, man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. For the super producer, Joel Holt, Mr. Media himself, Jordan J.C., man, formerly known as Ringo J. Stefan Adon, and Mr. Drew Better. You knew better. You do better. Say, who better? Nobody, bro. It's your boy, Pat the Designer, back at it again. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Bed down. One love. I wish somebody else in this city would give us something to talk about on this show.
Oh,
Peace.
the Bears are getting something.
Angel Reese is playing in the 3-on-3.
Ooh.
That's great.
The Reese Cup.
That's great.
Oh, man.
That is, dude, you have me dying when you do that on the morning release. And you be like, I hear the guy wrestling. I'm like, we need that. That's so
Bro,
funny.
that Pat be putting it on at the right time. That mess is hilarious.